combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And I'm here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. If you're brand new to the show, we do this a couple of times a day on Instagram Live. So go to JimmyRants.com and you'll see how it works. We start off on Instagram. So go follow me there at Livin' Low Carb Man. And once you're there, you can see when I come on live, just like Keto Naughty and Lidipon and Bonnie Lene and Sue Davis 12. All these guys have come in already watching this live. Then if you don't catch me live, you can catch me on the replay for up to 24 hours with all of the Jimmy Rants episodes. But if you miss it on Instagram, we do throw these onto YouTube. Got a lot of followers on YouTube watching all of these episodes. So go look up Jimmy Rants on YouTube. And then finally, we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which we're starting to have some reviews trickle in. If you like the show and you want to help us out, go write us a review over on Apple Podcasts for the Jimmy Rants podcast. Again, you guys, all of this is at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about another diet company deciding to get in on the business of keto. So one of the diets that was out there during the Atkins diet phase and craze that was going on out there, there was everybody and their mama coming up with some new form of a low-carb diet, trying to promote themselves in the same vein that Atkins did. And one of the ones right at about a decade and a half-ish ago that was really, really popular with people is the South Beach diet. So the guy that came up with the South Beach diet, his name, Dr. Arthur Agatston, who ironically I invited on my podcast multiple times to come on the Livin' La Vida Low Carb show for an interview. Nope, he wasn't interested. He turned me down every single time. You're a nobody, nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fair enough. But he's a cardiologist from South Florida. And so that's where South Beach comes from. So it was developed, and supposedly people that live in Miami ate this way and were losing weight and yada, yada. Okay? The reason I'm kind of giving you a little bit of the history here is the very first line of the South Beach Diet book, and you can go look it up on see inside the book on Amazon, or if you want to go into a bookstore and take a look through, various books, if you still find a copy of the South Beach Diet, go to the very first sentence in the book. This is not a low-carb diet. Very first sentence. So he puts it right out there right away that he doesn't want to be confused with Atkins. We're not into that keto stuff. We don't want anything to do with ketosis. We're not a low-carb diet. So what is it? So first couple of weeks is indeed a low-carb ketogenic diet. So they have 3 specific phases. Phase 1, you pretty much eliminate all carbs and get them way down. Phase 2, you start to add in whole grains again, but you keep fat low so that you don't overconsume calories. And then phase 3 is maintenance, which you're back to kind of a cleanish eating, low-fat, moderate carb diet. And that's the South Beach diet. So now, today I read a headline that says the South Beach diet has come up with a brand new keto program that will be coming out in 2019. And can I just tell you, I smell a rat? I smell an opportunist here, because the South Beach diet has never shown any interest whatsoever in a low-carb, high-fat, ketogenic diet. And yet they're now supposed to be all about low-carb, high-fat, ketogenic diet. Come on. So my response to this is nope. Nope. Sorry, South Beach diet. You dissed low carb for the past decade and a half. And you even in your book say this is not a low carb diet. So if you're going to call yourself the South Beach diet and you're going to portend that you are not about low carb, you are not about people getting into a state of nutritional ketosis, that you don't really think that that's an optimal state for people to be in. Therefore, why would you be all, we're not a low carb diet in your books? Why would we now suddenly think that you are? You're as bad as Slim Fast, who has now come out with a keto line of products. Bunch of crap is what it is. Don't buy into it, you guys. Now, South Beach also sells products. And so one of the products that they're going to release with this new keto plan is some high MCT oil with all kind of micronutrients, magnesium, potassium for electrolytes. They're going to release products to try to get you, sucker you into buying those things. I don't think we need to give our money to any of these companies that have shown no interest in keto before, and now suddenly they're into it. By the way, South Beach Diet is now owned by the Nutrisystem company. So Nutrisystem has got a name in the weight loss industry, and they also sell products to consumers. I told a story the other day about Nutrisystem and how people are doing it. It's a low-fat, calorie-restricted, blah, blah, blah kind of plan. And I'm just not a fan of these big companies like this that are suddenly coming out with new products that are supposedly going to be keto. Now, unlike Kraft Foods buying Primal Kitchen and keeping their mayonnaises with avocado oil and the dressings with avocado oil and taking over a company while keeping that company's integrity and infrastructure in place, that's a whole nother ballgame. What I don't like is companies like Slim Fast, companies like Nutrisystem, who are peddling the South Beach Diet, now coming up with their own plans for meeting the ketogenic market. So in a way, it will get the word out more about keto. But in another way, what happens when the keto trend starts to die down a bit? What happens to all those people who buy into this South Beach Diet version of keto? Guess where they're going to push them? They're going to push them right back to the original South Beach Diet. I'm sorry, that's not acceptable. I'm just not happy that the South Beach Diet, which has always made its diet not about being a low-carb diet, suddenly wanting to be in on the keto business. So, nope is my response to that, and I want to see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hello, Crystal from Ohio. Thank you for being here. Hello, Sherry. Joshua Winslow says it's the money train. Well, yeah, sadly, but see, this is where consumers need to be savvy. And it's one reason you will hear me speak out against those companies that are just trying to get in on it for the trend, and then the companies that are truly legit and care about you, the consumer. Yeah, Bonnie Lene's got the, Crystal says they just want to sell more prepackaged crap. Sadly, I believe you're right. And I think this MCT oil-based shake is just the beginning. They're probably going to have keto this, keto that. And again, I would not trust what they put in there as far as I could throw them. Alberto says the only good thing the South Beach Diet has is the propaganda. Well, it is a known entity. So if it gets people, I suppose, interested in that universe in the K word, and maybe then they go find podcasts and legitimate books to learn what it's really about and don't stay with the South Beach Diet. That's the only positive that I can think about this, that they are a known enough brand that if enough people hear about keto from them, maybe they'll go out on their own and learn. They're going to make keto sick and give keto a bad name. Well, Bonnie Lene, that is the concern. And this is something I've talked about before, you guys, that we have to hold companies accountable that are going to be calling themselves keto or slapping keto on some program or product or service or whatever. We have to be the purveyors of what's legit and what's not legit. So I suppose we should play a wait and see game, but the purpose of my rant here today, the Jimmy rant here today, is to at least let you know, look, this is a company that up until now has shown no interest whatsoever in a low-carb ketogenic approach, and now they want to be in on the keto business. So my BS meter goes off bells and whistles at that, just like it did with Slim Fast. Sherry smiles, what of these people that are selling garbage knockoff keto plans make all the clean eating veteran real keto dieters look bad? Well, that is the real and present danger, Sherry, and it's something that has happened with every popular diet trend. They did that to the Atkins diet. They did it to the paleo diet, so it should not surprise us that we're seeing it now start to happen possibly with the keto diet. This is where I think people like myself and others, we continue to shout from the mountaintops what the legit stuff is and to warn people about what's not legit. And that's what I'm doing here today in this Jimmy Rants. Crystal says, I love making my own food. I know what's in it, no hidden crap. Yeah, Crystal, I think getting people to enjoy cooking again is a huge part of this. Convenience, we're a convenient society. And so if people can get a prepackaged food, like that couple the other day I was telling you about at the Christmas party, they're both on Nutrisystem. Oh, I only spend $15 a meal for my blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. But can you not make your own meals? But yeah, people like that. Hello, Wanda. Hello, Hollingworks. The Slim Fast crap has soy in it. Yeah, Clegadeer, among other things. It's one reason I called them out. It's one reason I'm calling out the South Beach diet. These companies do not really give a crap about you and your keto diet. All they give a crap is your money and how they can extort it out of you, all in the name of keto. Okay? How's that for a rant? I hate it for the people who will still fall for it. Honestly, hopefully they'll do their homework. Well, Keto in Pearls, North Carolina, they're banking on so many people interested in the name keto. They're banking on people buying it sight unseen without doing research and just buying it because it says keto. Well, I've heard about keto, so let me try this. Just like the Atkins company, whenever they were promoting the diet, then all these companies started calling themselves Atkins friendly and low carb friendly. Same thing happened with paleo friendly. And then you look at the ingredients, you go, oh my gosh, nobody in the paleo world, nobody in the Atkins world would have eaten these products. And same with keto. You look at some of these keto products, you go, oh my gosh, nobody that legitimately does keto would ever eat this stuff. And yet they're hoping the ignorance of the populace is what's going to help them sell products. And they're probably right, at least for a period of time. Paula Johnson, 61, says, look at the ingredients closely, always. You will hear me preach that time and time and time again. Even before the nutrition facts, go to the ingredients list first. If anything looks funky monkey in there, it's a hard no. Keto Reality, Olga says they probably won't look at other resources, though. If it's available easily, people will go the easy route. They always do, Olga. And most of us, if we're honest, most of us did that for a very long time. So then the question becomes, how do you get people to recognize that South Beach Diet, for example, is only getting in on this for the money and that they're not legit? How do you convince friends and family and coworkers, oh, the South Beach Diet is offering this keto program. You're all about that keto, right? And so then it becomes this opportunity where if people start talking about it, maybe then one-on-one, us as friends, family, and coworkers can help them with getting the good information. They just want to make money. It is a business. Yes, Paula. Yeah, I don't blame Nutrisystem, who owns the South Beach Diet, for doing this, but I do want to call them out because they've, again, shown no interest up until now, no interest in the low-carb ketogenic approach. So why are you suddenly interested? What makes you think you're qualified to tell people about what a low-carb, moderate protein, high-fat ketogenic diet is? Because your philosophy has always been on that approach for only a short period of time, couple weeks, and then putting them back on whole grains again, cutting their fat, and then the maintenance is basically like a moderate carb, low fat diet. No, it's horrible. I just cannot with a straight face say that they know what the crap they're talking about, because they don't. There's no way. Not when you've been preaching that. And this is the total antithesis of what they've been preaching with the South Beach diet for a decade and a half. I'm just not buying it. Alberto says, join all the keto community and change the name, dropping the keto word. Real food diet, like your book, is nice, and leave the bad keto behind. Yeah, and again, paleo ran into this issue too, where people started calling things paleo, and then there was this movement within the paleo community. Let's move away from the term paleo because of the caveman connotations that were out there. So they tried to change to ancestral, thinking that that would catch on more, and it just never caught on. So I do like the idea of coalescing around real food. I think that gets people that are into paleo, that gets people that are into keto, that gets a whole lot of people. And let's be honest, it gets vegans in there as well, because most of them are about real food. There are some junk food vegan people too, but we get a whole lot of people if you do rally behind that real food message. But I don't like it that a company like the South Beach Diet, owned by Nutrisystem, would dare to try to pretend like they're now keto experts by making this keto program coming in 2019. It's not going to happen in my eyes. I mean, they're going to have people that will follow them. But I think what needs to happen is hopefully the people that buy into this program then start to research more. Well, why am I feeling better? So let me Google keto, and maybe they find my books. Maybe they find podcasts. Maybe they find this Jimmy Rants. Maybe they find something that would get them to learn a little more about why they feel better. And then they realize, oh, I don't really need all this prepackaged stuff. I can do keto on my own. So again, trying to be the optimist in this, that's what I'm hoping happens when South Beach Diet comes out with their keto program in 2019. All right, guys, that's it for this Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. And as always, we start off on Instagram Live. This is the most unique show on the internet right now, you guys, because we have 3 different places where you can access this. We start off on Instagram Live. I do a live video a couple times a day where you can access me at Living Low Carb Man is my username there. So go follow me at Instagram, and you can watch live just like all these awesome people did here today. Then you can see it on replay for up to 24 hours. Then we pop it over onto YouTube where you can catch all the past episodes. So look up Jimmy Rants on YouTube. And then we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which again, a reminder, if you like the show, go write us a review on Jimmy Rants on Apple Podcasts, and that really will help us out. JimmyRants.com. A couple more comments came in. Paula says, anything is better than nothing. True, but again, hopefully they don't skew what keto actually is. Crystal says, I'm sure they have meal replacement bars and snacks, which only leads to consuming more food because you're hungry instead of being full from real food. Crystal, you can bet your sweet bippy that's exactly what they're going to do, is have bars, shakes, and prepackaged foods for these people. They're going to basically follow their model with Nutrisystem, which is what the South Beach Diet has done, making all these prepackaged foods, and then just keto-fy it is what they'll do. So buyer beware. You can't say you weren't warned here today on Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com, you guys. And until next time, we'll see you then.